I recommend Sib Shops to anyone I can find.
Sib Shops is a place for siblings of individuals with disabilities or special needs to come and gather together to express what it's like to be a sibling, find support in one another, and also engage in activities that maybe they wouldn't with their families because of their sibling.
William was born with a really rare chromosomal disorder. He's missing DNA on one of his number 18 chromosomes. He has similar developmental disabilities to the kids who have autism. Skylar is incredibly shy, and she evolved in her interest in going to Sib Shops through the fun atmosphere and really connecting with some of the other girls.
I think Skylar enjoys Sib Shops because of a lot of the recreation things that we do. So going to an escape room or the clay room, it offers her a place to feel special and to do something for her.
I think she feels, at a surface level, a lot of resentment about her brother and competition for attention. In Sib Shops, they ask not only how do you feel about it, but why? And given the chance to write down her answers, I actually think is a really helpful way of expressing herself.
I'm not a great writer, so I don't exactly like writing, but I like that we get to write things down because I think it's good to write things down.
It's not just helping her with an outlet, it's helping us find that community to help us navigate these complex issues. I wanted Skylar to have a safe place to go and be with other kids her age who are in a similar situation. To have that opportunity built in regularly has been really beneficial.
I feel like my apartment is my humble, safe palace.
We help adults with disabilities live as independently as possible.
I was living in East Bridgewater in a shared apartment with 2 other disabled people that were lower functioning than me. I didn't feel like I was free. I felt like I was trapped in a box, that I wasn't growing. My dad passed away, and I think that just pushed me over and made me realize I didn't want to live with that life any longer.
She has her own 1-bedroom apartment, her own living room and kitchen, and she lives in an apartment building with other JFNCS residents. There are staff on site every day, but they don't supervise her with every aspect of her life. Dana is assigned a service coordinator, and he works with her one-on-one on her goals.
I work on my money, budgeting, cooking skills, basically learning to be self-sufficient as much as possible.
We have 2 to 3 staffed activities per week that she can take part in. There's a women's group, there's a community dinner, there's weekend outings too. So Dana's made a lot of friends doing that.
We call ourselves the crew because we all hang out. One of our new traditions is eating dinner together and bringing dishes to each other's apartments.
Her father would be proud of her, and she always says that. And I hope that she knows too that she's now a part of the JFNCS family, that we're proud of her. Yeah, the sky's the limit for Dana.
I'm not part of any other Jewish community whatsoever. So it's really nice to learn that and to be a part of that energy.
For Lynn and for others with mental health challenges, CSS offers access to cultural, social, and educational programs and a connection to the Jewish tradition and Jewish community. I first met Lynn on our first Haggadah editing session. The Passover Haggadah is a text that lays out how the Seder itself should be led and inserts the story of the Jews as slaves in Egypt. The CSS Passover Seder is special because we are linking those with mental health challenges to the stories of what it was like to be enslaved in Egypt. The Haggadah needed a little bit of updating just because some of the language in it was sounding very clinical and very almost stigmatizing.
It felt wonderful to be a leader in the Haggadah session. And I had to be careful to be not like the center and to let everyone be included, and that felt really nice.
Somebody said, well, if we're making all of these changes to the Haggadah, we should certainly update the cover. Lynn brought in some of her artwork and she laid out her pieces on the table. Right away, I was just like, who is this artistic soul that just graced us with her presence?
It's a very warm and welcoming atmosphere, and that's why I keep coming back.
My life got better because I got to work in downtown Boston.
Here at JFNCS, we have a continuum of services, starting with HighWorks, where we really get to know an individual and understand whether or not employment is a goal for them. We first met Andrew about 6 years ago. Very early on, Andrew expressed a desire to work downtown Boston. For him, that's what having a career meant. That's what having a job meant.
The reason why I want to work in downtown is because my mom had worked in downtown before, and her boyfriend worked here downtown before.
Part of my role is to engage potential employers so that we can make good job matches for our participants. We met with Maston, Driscoll, and D'Amico through our Business Advisory Committee.
We're a forensic accounting firm that works primarily with insurance companies and attorneys. JFNCS was instrumental in understanding what we needed, and they were outstanding in understanding what Andrew needed and what Andrew wanted.
We were looking at a need around their data management system. So I thought that there could be a potential to carve a job out that specifically focused on those tasks.
He does his work well, he takes pride in what he does, and he's very happy doing it. It's incredible. It's nice to have an employee that shows up that's actually happy to be here.
He jokes around with his coworkers, he says hello to everybody in the morning, and everybody talks about how much they enjoy working with him. His mother even wrote us a letter shortly after him being hired, thanking us for finding Andrew his dream job. That was very gratifying for us.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would hire 3 Andrews if I could.